NBT World, a vision of Thailand.
For example, Thailand tried to implement a lot of ITS technology throughout the country. You might have heard about the smart city.
Yeah.
ITS actually is a part of them. So ITS will play a small role in the smart transportation or smart mobility. So that means it will help smart city on the transportation and mobility within the city.
Good evening and welcome to Thailand Today. In this episode, we discuss how advanced technologies such as intelligent transport systems or artificial intelligence is transforming the future of traffic and transportation in Thailand. Stay tuned. สวัสดีค่ะ Thank you for joining us today. Well, could you please introduce yourself and your role as the president of the Intelligent Transport System Association of Thailand?
Yes, my name is Tongkan Kaewchaleumthong. I'm currently the president of ITS Thailand. The ITS actually stands for Intelligent Transport System, which means we try to implement the technology into transport and logistics. And we try to make it efficiency and safety and also sustainable to the people who using the transportation.
Right, but doesn't it exist already? This system?
Yes, it already exists, but it depends on the level of implementation. For example, Thailand tried to implement a lot of ITS technology throughout the country. You might have heard about the smart city.
Yeah.
ITS actually is a part of them. So ITS will play a small role in the smart transportation or smart mobility. So that means it will help smart city on the transportation and mobility within the city.
Can you give us an example of how the system would be used?
For example, I think you might have heard about the Easy Pass and M-Flow.
Yeah.
This kind of technology allow people to drive past to the toll collection really easy and help people to make the payment easily too. That means it's able to create the traffic flow efficiency and effectively over the highway system and also at the junction. So when the ITS also help to the traffic flow at the junction smoothly without any trouble.
For example?
Normally we use people to manage the traffic at the junction, but when we have the system coming like ITS, so the ITS will help the people to manage the traffic situation and condition. So it will help to the car flow throughout the junction really easy.
Right. Is it the same technology as, for example, the camera speed detection? Speed detection camera. Is it the same system?
The speeding camera is also one of the ITS solutions. So for this one, the police use this kind of technology to help in the law enforcement. For example, they're able to capture the license plate, and we call this technology the license plate recognition. And we know the owner of the car, and then we able to detect the speeding of the car that running throughout. So that means we can manage the speed limit of the car that passing by.
Right. Thailand has one of the highest rates of road fatalities globally. Why do you think so, and how this system could contribute to enhance the road safety?
If you look at the global picture, a lot of people die on the road accidents.
Yeah.
And in Thailand, people die on the road last year in 2023 about 17,000, and people also injured from the road accident about 1 million. This will cost a lot of life and cost a lot of money. And most of accidents come from the human or the people.
Yeah.
So when we try to implement the ITS technology, so that means we try to take the human loads out of the system, and then it will create more safety throughout the ecologies.
Right. Could you give me more specific scenario?
Yes. Now I think you might have heard about autonomous vehicle.
Yeah.
So that means car can drive without drivers, and when car now can talk to the traffic lights, and we call this one is a V2I, vehicle to infrastructure communication. When the car can talk to the traffic light, so that means the car knows when it's a green, when it's a red at the traffic junction,
Right.
and the car can go really, really smooth throughout the traffic. And car also can talk to the pedestrian that across the road. So that means when the car able to talk to the pedestrian, we call this one V2P, vehicle to pedestrian communication. When the car able to speak the same language to almost everything, we call this one a V2X, vehicle to everything. So that means it will help people understand the same language from the car, people, and traffic lights. And when everything able to communicate to each other, it create a lot of safer road too.
Right. Can you give us example of the countries that successfully implemented such system, and how would they implement it?
I can give you a good example for the country very close to us. One of them is Singapore.
Right.
Singapore already implement a lot of ITS technology. They put a lot of sensor throughout the road networks, and they able to measure the road speed, and they put the camera and try to look at the road or the traffic condition. So that means when they able to understand how the traffic, how the road condition, they able to manage at the same time too.
Right. And what does it lack in Thailand in terms of road discipline?
The road discipline, I think, is depend on each country driver behaviors. In Thailand, we have our own cultures. Sometimes we try to pass the traffic light due to the traffic condition, because when you facing a lot of traffic jam, you want to go back home so fast. So you try to rush up every time when you get into the car. So I think this is like a consequence of the traffic jam, which is create the big impacts throughout the society.
Right. Traffic light, is it automated?
Is at the moment the policeman or police person control the traffic light.
Right.
But for the ITS technology, we use the system to control the traffic lights. But we already implement this one. I mean, through at the Bangkok areas. But I think it's not very successful because we need the whole areas over the Bangkok and vicinity areas to implement the ITS technology. Otherwise, if we only do it in small areas, it's very difficult to successfully.
Is it a current, as you say, currently it's a manual system, right? So what is the gap between red light and green lights, for example? What kind of standards would the policeman who is behind this use?
Actually, it depends on the area.
And the hours.
Yes, and it depends on the duration of the time of the day too. For example, during the rush hour, the traffic time from the green to red is about 45 to 60 minutes. But during the daytime, probably it's longer, to 90 seconds.
Right. I asked you this question because when I travel abroad, I noticed that actually the gap between the green light, the yellow light, and the red light, it's far less than in Thailand. Is it because it is manually managed?
I think we have to get back into the foundation of road structure and also the Thai society. We have cars more than the road in Thailand. That's the first thing. So that means if we try to put all the cars into the road in Thailand, is we don't have any space enough. That's the first thing. And then the second thing, we don't have the system to manage. So if you look at the traffic junction, and you feel that why the time at the traffic light really short, because every junction want to go fast. So that's why the police person try to reduce the time or the duration at the traffic lights to, for example, like 45 minutes, 45 seconds, sorry. And some in the other country probably is longer.
Right. So if you implement this system, would it help?
Yes, it definitely will help. But as I said, you have to implement the whole areas, not just only small area or just a junction. And another thing that I think is create a problem is when you look at the road traffic network, we have a lot of small road we call in Thai soil.
Right.
So when we have a lot of soil, it's
alleys, right?
Yes.
Small roads.
It's very difficult to manage from the main road, or we call in engineering term artillery road.
Welcome to Thailand, the land of smiles and opportunity. Are you considering investing in a new market? Look no further than Thailand. Thailand offers a prime location for businesses to set up shop with easy access to major markets in Asia. Our country boasts a skilled workforce, modern infrastructure. Thailand is also home to a vibrant culture with delicious cuisine and beautiful landscapes. Doing business here means you'll be able to experience all the country has to offer while building a successful enterprise.
Why we came to Thailand? The biggest things in our decision process was the fact that, okay, yes, foreigners will always come to Thailand because I think it will always be within the top 5 destinations to visit in the world. I think any foreign company coming to Thailand, especially now in these times, they're going to come across a completely different scenario because the infrastructure is so good here now in terms of, not just air and rail and everything else, but in terms of company structures and how to help a foreigner. I think, and I would say this to any foreigner coming to Thailand now, if you're looking for support in business, especially in Asia, Thailand is probably, I guess, within that top one, in my opinion.
With a diverse and talented workforce, Thailand is an ideal location for businesses looking to expand or set up operations. We offer a competitive cost of living, low taxes, and a range of incentives to help you succeed. In addition to these advantages, Thailand is also home to the Eastern Economic Corridor, or EEC, a major government initiative to promote economic growth in the country, which is designed to be a hub for technology, innovation, and manufacturing. If your family plans to settle down long-term, Thailand offers over 200 international or bilingual schools across the country, with over 100 in Bangkok. In terms of treatment, Thai hospitals are outstanding. Our medical personnel, our innovations, and our facilities are renowned throughout the world. Come join us in Thailand and discover all the opportunities our country has to offer. We look forward to welcoming you to our beautiful country and helping your business thrive.
world, a vision of Thailand.
Using AI to control traffic violations is one thing, but the driver behavior is another thing. Would AI or the ITS system help controlling the behavior?
I can give you some example. In China, 20 years ago, people drive or behave on the road really bad, and the government actually tried to implement the ITS technology onto the road. So, for example, they try to or give a bad credit to the driver who behave not very good, and also try to detect the road which one is behave in the bad ways on the road, and then send the information to the traffic police. So I just went to the Shenzhen in China lately, and I feel that all the drivers drive in very good manners.
Because they are controlled.
Yes, because they control, and then they implement very good system into it.
Right. The discipline that we should impose, it's more like controlling than educating, right?
I think we have to do it in both ways. We have to educate people to know about the laws and regulation and how to behave on the road. Probably we have to create the cultures or the road culture that everyone on the road have to respect each other. Right. For example, people who drive the car feel that they have the upper level than the people who walk on the road, or people who riding the motorcycle or bicycle. So when they feel that they have ranking, so it's create the ownership of the road in some ways.
Right. What about the law on traffic in Thailand? Is it outdated? Do we need to improve? For example, the car seat regulations, which were just imposed 3-4 years ago, right?
Yes.
I mean, in other countries, it's truly obligatory already to have car seats for your children, but in Thailand, it just happened several years ago. It's very lags behind, doesn't it?
Some laws, I believe that is really advanced, similar to the developed countries. But some laws we try to implement. I think the government try to implement, but really slow for many reasons. The one reason is you have to understand that Thailand are developing country, and if we try to implement that advanced laws and regulation, people who using or using the road, they might have money to support this one. For example, the car seat is difficult for the low-income families.
Right. Because car seats are expensive in Thailand.
Yes,
but it shouldn't be.
So that means I think we have to do in parallels. So we have to enforce this kind of regulation that benefit to driver safety, and we also might need to reduce the cost of living to the people too. For example, the car seat, the helmet that the people might need to use. When you talk about the AI technology, this one also help. The government and also the people for the road safety. At Bangkok, the BMA, they try to implement the AI technology on the street. So they try to use the camera to capture motorcycle who not wearing helmet. Yes, and then another scenario is they also use the camera to capture motorcycle who try to ride on the footpath.
And what are the long-term goals of the Intelligent Transport System Association of Thailand?
Actually, we try to collaborate with the government, the public sector, and the private sector, and also the university or academics. We try to strengthening the relationship, and we help the government to know about the advanced or the new technology that Thailand should move to, we try to help the private sector to allow the new technology get into the countries, and we allow to help the university to work really close with both public and private sectors, and to help them to formalize the good technology for Thailand. Because if you just bring the technology from outside or the other country, it doesn't mean it will help or able to implement successfully in Thailand. But we need to adapt. I think ITS Thailand is the organization that able to link within the national organization, and also able to link with the international organization too. At international level, we also have the ITS World Congress. Over here, we can create really good relationship with the other country, and we can share the knowledge and learn from each other.
Right. What is the project that you're most proud of for your association?
I think the most proud of in my ITS Thailand is to create activities and also knowledge sharing between developed country and also the other countries,
Right.
like Thailand. And another one is we try to promote the road safety too.
Right.
This will help not only Thailand but also the ASEAN countries too.
Right. Right. How long have you been in this industry?
I think 14 years.
14 years.
14 years.
Do you think the sense of road safety in among Thai people has changed?
I think it's getting better and better.
Yeah.
And you feel that if you drive on the street 15 years ago until today, I think Thai people know how to adapt themselves. I would call this one adaptive adoption. I think this is
What do you mean adaptive adoption?
be able to bring the technology or the knowledge from the other country and use in our daily life.
Right.
Almost completely.
Right. I remember when I was young, when I saw people not wearing helmets on motorbikes, it was so normal. But now people will look at you like it's unusual, right? So it's a good news in a way.
Yes. I think we might need to promote how to drive, for example, motorcycle in a safely way. I think people more educate how to use the helmet. They understand that if they're not wearing helmet, in case that they have an accident, it will help to protect himself, or it will help
Their loved ones.
Yeah, their families too.
Right. And do you have any thoughts or messages you'd like to share with your audience about fostering traffic discipline and using technology to improve safety?
I think ITS is a good technology. It's really advanced.
Right.
It's able to help, the driver and also all the people in transport arena. It's help the government. So that means the technology itself, I have no question how will benefit to the driver and the society. But also the other thing that's really important to the road safety is the law enforcement, which might need to come from the government or the authorities who has the power to manage this law and regulation. So they have to strictly enforce who behave in the bad way on the traffic.
Right.
And the third one, I believe in Thai people capability. They're able to behave in a good way too. So if I read some research paper, if you take some Thai people who behave, who travel abroad, for example, like Japan, when they try to cross the road at the crossroad, they waiting until the green light allow them to cross. But in Thailand, sometimes they still try to cross the road even though it's still red. So that means I think Thai people able to adapt if you enforce them and educate them, and also help them to cross road easily.
Right. I think one important thing is to create sense of responsibility
Yes,
through education as well, right? Is passing driver license in Thailand easy compared to other countries?
The standard, I think, is not very is not different. It's almost the same. But the thing is, after you get the driver license, the government should allow the driver to re-educate.
Right.
So
they should
or take exam like every 3 or 5 years, for example, and then the government should create the infrastructure.
Right. In other country, I asked you this question because I have a friend who live abroad, like in Schengen area. They told me that passing the driver license takes forever. You are forced to drive days and days and months until you're really accustomed to the road, to the way to drive, and the road safety. Yeah. So you're talking about law enforcement. You think we should make it more difficult?
I used to take the exam for the driver in the US. I have to read the books.
Yeah,
and
the whole book.
Yes, the whole book, and I have to remember the whole things. For example, the driving speed and how should I behave when it snows, and what should I do when it's rain very hard. How should I do when there is an accident in front of me? All the things are already in the books. That is a practical ways. I think we should have something like this in Thailand too. Let the people read, understand, and study all the things about the traffic in practical way, not in
theoretical way.
Yes.
More like strictly too, right?
Yes.
And how many hours did you have to learn that until
I think
you can pass it?
For me it take about a week.
A week.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
To read the whole books, because I have to read and try to remember the whole things.
Right. And how do you foresee this ITS system in Thailand?
I think a lot of people now try to recognize ITS from the local government, that they try to build the smart city by themselves. So they're looking for the technology to implement the transportation too. So I feel that ITS is growing and growing. So probably I can say that Thailand will fully adopt the technology for transportation very soon.
Right.
ITS is not only making the transportation smarter, but also help the people from the government, or like all the policy maker, and also from the driver on the transportation really easy and faster.
Well, it was a very interesting conversation. Thank you again for your time. ขอบคุณค่ะ
ขอบคุณครับ
That's all for Thailand Today this week. We'll see you again next week. Goodbye.